what is the difference between a bento box and a typical workshop?
Yeah, so they're really immersive experiences that are based on design thinking. And so essentially, they're not a training in a traditional sense, where training, we say at the end of the training, the participants will be able to do X. In a bento box experience, it's really a journey of discovery, and it's a deep discovery based on the participants' deeper experiences, their emotions, and really asking a lot of what if questions and questions about possibilities. So it's quite different in that the participants actually, what they learn that could be compared to training is a different way to ask questions, a different way to surface issues, a different way to work together.
Can you talk about the difference between this approach and hiring an external consultant, especially, I guess, on the application of the outcomes?
One of the key features of the BentoBox methodologies is it helps build capabilities. And that's how it's significantly different than, bringing in a consultant, bringing in an expert who's going to provide their capabilities. The Bento Box actually helps the participants build capabilities on asking powerful questions, on generating powerful ideas, asking questions of how might we, what if questions. And it really helps with the mindset of the participants, and as a result, really builds capacities in an organization to think differently, to work differently, to question differently, to be more inclusive of anybody in the organization that participates in a bento box, and bring their best ideas to the table. And what we have found out through our over 3 years of using the bento boxes is that at the end of the experience, there's a high degree of ownership and even a higher degree of commitment to the outputs of the bento box, because it was created by the team. It was self-driven and self-facilitated, which creates a deeper level of ownership. And what we see, after bento box experiences is very creative and unique ways that the outputs are applied to organizations.
We've used these modules. We've seen how powerful they can be for companies. Can you give people an example of a company that has actually used imagining bold new futures and how it has helped them with their vision and their strategy?
Yeah, wow. I think I can use company names.
Okay.
I don't mind doing that. I think, in the case of Asahi Beer, about 4 years ago, we shifted to bento box methodology as part of a 6-month leadership development program that had an action learning component. The action learning component was a high stakes project that the company wanted to embark on that mobilized leaders in different regions around the world. So they usually had an innovation or transformation sort of theme for the company. Asahi Beer's theme was really about how to tackle some of their larger ESG goals, because they have a large carbon footprint. They have a lot of transportation of resources issues. They use a lot of water and natural resources in their products. And they wanted to have a different look at how they could improve on their ESG goals. They had them. Most Japanese companies are very good at the long-range planning of their organizations, and Asahi Beer had actually 2050 goals for carbon neutral and ESG strategies. Through the bento box methodologies of imagining bold new futures, we were actually able to knock 20 years off of their ESG goals and move those from 2050 to 2030. And that's a huge milestone. I mean, it entails a lot of mobilization within the company. They appointed a chief sustainability officer. They put KPIs in all of their global scorecards, and we've seen it show up in the last couple of years now. There's actual metrics, and they're progressing quite aggressively towards new ESG goals.